think we might be addicted to really scenic places. We're here at this really beautiful restaurant in Cortina in Italy. Looks like you transported back about 300 years ago. And if you've ever seen the movie The Village, it kind of looks like that, but imagine a fine dining version of that.
We just got handed, I think she said juniper and some other oil wipes. They're warm for your hands. Probably one of the best like white sparkling wines I've ever had.
It's definitely very good. It doesn't taste like Prosecco. It doesn't taste like white wine. It's something completely unique altogether.
So this is like the first snack appetizer.
This tastes like there's like Indian food almost.
Really?
There's like turmeric on there or something. It's really good.
So while we were busy deciding which wine we want, they brought us another snack. Everything here is so fast. She said this is everything, I think, onion inside, and oh, it's very delicate. So we went with the blind tasting menu, so we have no idea what we're going to be eating. So it's a surprise. Imagine a French onion soup in a ravioli form that's just been elevated times 10. Did you say the peas were smoked?
Mm-hmm. I hated peas as a kid, but this makes up for all those years, for sure.
What does it taste like?
Like peas, but better.
I love they always use sauce on the bottom to make sure the food doesn't like slide around. So I have the Carpaccio inside like a little bread bowl. See, one bite. It's like imagine a very good potato salad with like smoked brisket on top. I think this is the world's tiniest fork.
So the guy told us that he's only going to give us the wine that we picked out once we finish this. I guess it's kind of like when you're a kid, you can't get dessert until you finish your food. So we're kind of in a hurry to finish up our sparkling wine.
I have this butter here, and I swear, this is the best butter in the world.
From where the ingredients we're going to taste come from.
Wow.
Red fir tree is this one here, is abete rosso in Italian. There's a small berry following red fir, is berry of a pine tree, and the pine tree branch is this one here, so quite different.
Vernon, eat your bee pollen. So she said they don't use sugar anymore, they use this instead, like their desserts and everything.
Oh my god, how do I eat it? I don't know how to eat this.
You're struggling?
I don't know how to eat this. To be fair though, I don't think anybody really knows how to eat this. Somebody use my hands.
Chopsticks. Chopsticks solve all the problems. I mean, look at this, it's tiny. This is my hand for scale. And let's just scoop it. Oh, it's like pickled flowers. So Vernon so far said he ate Christmas and he drank a bottle of cologne.
The juniper berries taste like, I mean, because they use juniper and cologne and perfume, it tastes like you're just drinking the whole bottle of cologne in one shot. It's kind of intense.
Yeah, but your mouth feels very fragrant, doesn't it? Like,
Now I have this one.
yeah, that one was really interesting.
This also tastes like Indian food. I don't know if it's like a leaf from a turmeric or
You want Indian food later?
maybe.
I see the butter. It's right there.
So after eating those little things on the plate, one of the things I thought was a mark of a great chef is constantly wondering every time you look at something, can I eat that?
Like walking around the woods, it's like, is that edible? Will that kill me?
Like the one little fur thing, it's like I wondered, I mean, it tastes like eating a Christmas tree. I've never eaten a Christmas tree,
Huh?
but if I imagine what a Christmas tree would taste like, it'd be like that.
Well, you have now.
Now I know.
Check out this fork. I think this is definitely the most unique fork I've ever seen. Don't stab your tonsils.
When we said earlier that it looks like you're eating at a restaurant 300 years ago, we weren't joking. This looks like the first ever fork and the first ever fork holder.
So here we have the best speck in the world, the best coppa in the world, and the best pancetta. I'm gonna start with the speck, which is Vernon's favorite. I'm still more of a prosciutto. Oh, it's hot, it's warm. Ooh, listen to that. You know it's a good bread when it makes that sound and you're burning your fingers on it. Let's do the medieval fork. Speck, one bite. The bread is melting the fat from the speck in my mouth. Is that not like one of the best breads you've ever had?
This makes you forget what other breads taste like.
winter one, because during winter time they are inside of the farm and they are filled with the hay. Leavened bread in this case, and here you have the butter on the stove.
So we have the butter and we have our sourdough bread. Oh my god, that is the biggest piece of bread I've ever seen. I'm about to make a mess. I'm gonna set it here. So she said that, so last time we were here it was October, so what the cows ate was different what it is now. So the butter, she said, would be sweeter. And like I said before, this is the best butter I've had in my life.
All right, so I guess it's pretty good then. The lady also said that the butter is more floral because the cows are eating flowers and other things like that. So
I
that
feel like I'm in
transfers
the
into
pasture right now with them. That it's so light, rich, and creamy. It's almost kind of sweet because she said they whip it before they bring it to you. I'm about to eat all this. I'm about to eat the rock that it's on.
Wow. Oh my God.
It's not what is it? Land O'Lakes.
Yeah. This ain't I can't believe it's not butter. You can definitely believe it's butter.
So here is our first antipasti, which is essentially, you can call it an appetizer, which is trout with mashed potatoes underneath. And we have the leaf. I think it was the pickle leaf we had in the first dish with the spices. So you get to try all the spices and then you get to experience them throughout your meal. But also, can we give a moment to these plates? Also, you can tell we really like the bread with all the crumbs around.
It looks like we're eating inside of a dinosaur fossil.
Kind of.
Look at
Kind of. So this is just trout, so it's pretty basic.
no fishy taste.
Which you wouldn't think mashed potatoes and trout, but...
You sure it's trout?
No, she said trout. Maybe that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to mess with your mind. That is the biggest spoon I've ever seen.
It almost tastes like a very sophisticated cabbage and mashed potato combination.
But I've never had a vegetable salad dish with kvass, so...
Can you taste the kvass?
No, actually you can't. It just tastes very like vinegary. Like imagine a really good vinaigrette. That's what this tastes like, like a warm salad. It's really refreshing. The peas are smoked from earlier. Strawberries, everything here is, they harvest, they do everything. So very light, very fresh. To keep replacing Vernon's placemats because he keeps getting all the crumbs on them.
I feel bad, but at the same time it is delicious as well. That bread, I just can't stop eating it.
We have a little bit left. So the butter's almost gone. And that is, yes, that is a real rock.
So the lady suggested we try the lichen before we eat the spaghetti. It's their signature dish. And then we use this to clean everything up. Nice.
What does it taste like? So it's supposed to prepare your mouth because she said the pasta is very intense.
It's like a sweet version of the forest. I don't know how to describe it. It's like if the forest were candy, it's like that. Let's see what their signature dish is really like.
Jeez, okay.
So she said that this spaghetti has like a pine oil inside of it, which kind of reminds you of, like I said earlier, with the Christmas tree kind of thing, because that's a pine tree. It definitely tastes like that. There's like a crumbled bread on top of it.
Let's give that swirl and that pine oil. It is the most perfumey pasta I've ever had in my life.
It's so weird to describe.
It is just, it's very perfumey. Like, this is the most you can probably have. It is very rich. It's very heavy almost in a way.
All right, in true Italian fashion, they actually gave you a little piece of bread to pick up the rest of it, because they know you're not going to be able to finish it all. Wow.
Oh, that pine oil.
Tastes like the forest.
The sauce of the beef and the red wine.
Now we have their steak that's cooked, I think you said, like in the ambers. Look at that color. This was the most enthusiastic, I think, waiter we've ever had. Let's try their sauce. This beef is also their beef. So everything here is local.
Not only local, but from their farm.
Yeah. They also give you mashed potatoes and their little mushrooms that they picked over there. It's like the best food you've ever had. The best version of that. Imagine that.
We still got a while to go. They don't give you a small amount of food. A lot of people see these images online of these really small plates with like one item on there. When they give you 15 of those, you'll start to feel it after a while.
cheese, and we are serving ricotta as bread dessert.
So I hope Mariana understood what she was saying because I didn't pay attention at all. I think she said that we're eating and we're making our own ricotta cheese here at the
We're
table.
fishing for it.
We're fishing for our own ricotta cheese, so we're gonna make it using this and this little white basket here. And then we're adding either a honey or a fig mustard to the ricotta. So the process, I don't really remember.
I'll show you. I'll go
See
first.
how it goes.
This is a very interactive restaurant. So we have a little basket. Go fish. Oh, it's not too hot. I was worried. So she said till it's like about halfway full. So that's about halfway full. So you fish for your ricotta and you let it drip out for a few seconds. So we're letting it drip out. So then we're gonna take the ricotta. We're gonna put it in this wooden bowl. We're gonna take the spoon and we're gonna press it down. I think she said something about letting it sit for like 30 seconds so it kind of forms nicely. If you ever had fresh ricotta, you know it comes in usually these types of baskets for like a nice shape. So this ricotta is also not sweet or anything, so it's as organic as it can possibly get. So we're getting all the juices out. So then when all the juices are done dripping, we're gonna take this cup and we're gonna... Oh, it fell, good. I didn't mess it up. And voila. I am a master chef now. But wait, there's more. We have honey, which I assume is their honey, and we have their fig mustard.
That's amazing. That's the best thing I've seen all day.
Hopefully nobody's...
That's amazing as well. That's another amazing thing.
Okay, I'm just gonna go for the mustard. And let's have a bit right here. So let's try the ricotta with the mustard. I've never had fresh ricotta that's actually still warm. That concentration.
There aren't any Amish people watching this, judging my cheese making skills.
Everybody from Wisconsin.
I don't think Amish people watch YouTube anyway, so it doesn't matter.
What do you think about your fresh ricotta?
It feels a little bit better because we made it.
Comment down below if you want to see Vernon trying to milk a cow. Because I want to see that. I'm going to find a farm, take Vernon to... You don't want to milk a cow? You can make your own fresh ricotta.
Yeah, I've never done that before.
This is not a salad. This is a dessert. I never thought I would say this, but I'm going to try the dessert broth first. Imagine like the salad juices you had, but they were like sweet. Because I think of the pollen. Very delicate, very gentle, but very like earthy. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of this one. But I'm gonna try the granite on top. That's much better. Ooh, there's jam. It got very quiet. So let's try this bite. The cheese in there, so much better with the jam. There's pine in here, there's more pine. Overall, very unique dessert. I probably would never order this just by itself.
Always worried when somebody says unique, so Mariana says unique.
Exactly. Try the layers. The cheese is good, right? Right?
Let's try the granita, the cream on top.
The jam is also really good in there. Right?
I think I actually agree with Mariana on this one. As you work your way to the top, it gets a lot better. It's like every single flavor together at one time. Firstly, but it still tastes like goat cheese. So if you ever had that, it's like take grass and roll it in goat cheese.
Most fancy. That is the definition of sweet, savory, and acidic. Because the raspberry is very acidic, just hints of sweet, and foie gras is very rich and just melts in your mouth. That's very unique, very unique. Also, I want to try this caramelized walnuts. I love walnuts, so I could like easily just eat 50 of those. So after 3 hours, over 3 hours, we're finished. What'd you think?
Honestly, my tongue doesn't know what to think about all that because there were so many different things going on. There were a lot of like pine flavors and everything. Like I think it was in the dessert. I think it was in like half of the dishes.
Yeah.
All of the flavors were absolutely outstanding. It was just bizarre to kind of describe because with restaurants like this, you really don't know any other point of context for these kinds of foods. So they're really difficult to describe. You kind of have to see one for yourself, but either way, the food was just outstanding.
Yeah, and what's unique from this restaurant compared to some other ones is not only is it regional, but a lot of the stuff they actually harvest and raise themselves. It's a bit of a pain in the butt to get to because it's up on a hill in a town in the middle of nowhere, but the views, look at this, not a green screen. Not a green screen at all. So hopefully you enjoyed the little tasting menu we had, and stay tuned for future videos. Ciao!